Every year, as MBA application season ramps up, I begin to feel the same question. How important is it to engage with business school representatives in the first place? With all the work you're putting into test prep and applications, do you really have to connect with a student or alumni and attend an admissions event? The short answer is yes, and in this video, I'll explain 4 reasons to put this on your pre-application to-do list. First, attending events. Speaking with members of the admissions committees is a prime way to demonstrate your interest in the school. All admissions committees consider how likely an applicant is to attend their program if admitted because it affects the program's rankings, which depend in part on a school's yield, the percentage of admitted students who actually enroll. Yield is essentially a reflection of a program's desirability, so admissions committees are incentivized to admit only those students they believe genuinely want to attend their school. Second, it's a great opportunity to make a positive impression before anyone reads a word of your application. True, admissions committee members and student ambassadors, who function as non-voting extensions of the admissions committees, meet with hundreds of candidates. Surely they don't remember them all. Even if an encounter doesn't evolve into an ongoing relationship, it's at worst neutral and at best an advantage if the admissions person reading your application recognizes your name and has a positive association with you. Moreover, some schools explicitly ask which events you've attended in their applications or interviews, and you don't want to find yourself unable to answer. Third, these connections can be excellent material for essays and interviews. I'm often asked if a candidate must quote a student or alum in an essay to be competitive, and I always tell them it's not a requirement but can be beneficial, especially if the quote is tailored to your background or goals. Anyone can write that they spoke with John Smith, class of 2025, who told them Sloan is the best school ever, but such generic statements don't hold much water. If you spoke with someone who made a similar career transition or shares your interests about how the school enabled them to succeed, it can be a valuable way to show that you've done your research to really know how that school will help you achieve your goals or why it's the right fit for you. Finally, these are relatively low-lift endeavors. Most webinars are 20 to 30 minutes long, a meet and greet or panel event might be an hour, and a conversation with a student or alum might be all of 15 minutes. You'll want to prepare thoughtfully, which I'll discuss in another video, but in the grand scheme of application demands, these connections are low effort, high reward. Now that we've established that you do in fact want to engage with your target schools, the following questions inevitably come up. What if I don't know any students or alumni at my target schools? And do I have to visit campus or attend an in-person event, especially if I'm not local? The answer to the first query: fear not. Almost all schools have made it easy to find and contact student and alumni ambassadors by listing their profiles and contact info online. You can also reach out to leaders of clubs that interest you via the email addresses on their web pages and research upcoming admissions events on the school's website. To answer the second question, campus visits are not required. Schools certainly understand that many applicants may not have the resources to do so, especially if they don't live near campus or near a central location where events are held. Admissions could not and would not penalize an international applicant for not spending thousands of dollars to fly across the world to sit in on a class. That said, if you are local or can afford to tour your target schools, it will only benefit you, both for your own edification and for your applications to visit. So what are you waiting for? Get in touch and check out our next video on visiting campus.